get started right now. All right, you guys, so we're going to get into episode 2 of the Amazing Spider-Man story premiering on Disney Plus. Again, guys, if you haven't watched my initial reaction to episode 1, for this particular series, I'm going to be doing reactions to these on the weekend of the premiere of each episode, not on the day that the episode comes out, which is Wednesday. It's just a little easier for me to do these reactions on the weekend. I have a little bit more time to spend to do the reactions, edit them, and get them out. Hopefully, that will mean that I will be able to get these reactions out on the same day that I do them, which again, hopefully will be today, Saturday the 1st. But I want to thank you guys so much for joining me for this reaction. We're going to get into episode 2. Episode 1, I thought was a very good start to the series. I thought I liked some of the changes that they implemented, or which were new to me. I don't know if these are origins from the comics, but the Osborns being race swapped out. I'm not a big fan of race swapping, but I am interested to see what they do with the Osborns here. What aspect of their story will they be changing? Again, from my perspective, because again, I'm not familiar with some of the characters in this story, and I don't know if they come from the comic books. I'm sure they do. So again, all of this is new to me. So I am interested in that aspect of what they're trying to do here in this particular series. And then, of course, as I mentioned in my initial reaction to episode 1, we got a Doctor Strange from a different universe. And, of course, Peter Parker was bitten by a spider from that different universe. So it will be interesting where they go with that particular part of the storyline. It reminds me a lot of Miles Morales in the Across the Universe. I really thoroughly enjoyed that twist to that storyline for Miles Morales. So again, the parallels with this particular Peter Parker being bit by a spider from a different universe is also interesting as well. And I'm interested to see where they go with that particular part of the storyline. Thank you again for joining me. Let's go ahead and get into this next episode. So we begin right where the other episode left off with Norman Osborn introducing himself to Peter.
I'm offering you an exclusive internship, Peter.
Cool. Wait, you mean a job? You mean I get to work in a real lab doing real science with real scientists?
That's kind of the whole idea, yes.
Wait, I should ask, does this internship happen to be paid?
I take good care of my people, Peter. Details can be ironed out when you come by the Oscorp Tower after school tomorrow.
I got a job.
Tomorrow?
Yes, 4 o'clock, unless you have another commitment. And one more thing, when you arrive tomorrow, tell the staff to send you right to my office. I'll give you a proper welcome.
Absolutely. Will do.
See you again soon then, Peter.
Oh, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. May, can you believe this?
Damn.
Oh, wow. These are some beautiful photos you took of the apartment next door.
As I mentioned in the first reaction, the first episode, I like the animation. Reminds me of Archer. And I like Spider-Man's movements. It reminds me a lot of Miles Morales in Into the Universe.
Sorry, Mrs. Eberhardt. I gotta go. Can't wait for the game, Lonnie.
Me either, man. I'm gonna go off.
But a job at Oscorp? I mean, May's gotta be so proud.
Oh, yeah, she is. Totally. She says I'm really grown up.
Yeah, she even lets you stay home by yourself now. That's rad. Right, bye, Pete.
Have fun, guys. I can't be late on my first day.
You're late.
What?
How is that even possible? I got here 2 minutes early.
You were supposed to be here 15 minutes early so we could take your ID photo.
Wait, nobody? No, really, he did.
Don't move, face forward.
Do we have time for a redo?
Report to the lab on floor 17.
So now he's in Oscorp.
I'm Jean. You're nervous.
Jean?
Don't be. But your backpack's about to get caught in the elevator door, though. Look out for that.
Huh? Whoa.
Greetings, Peter. You're just in time. We were introducing ourselves and where we are from. I am Asha, and I hail from Wakanda. That's
Wakanda.
Amadeus, who is from the Lower East Side, while Jean hails from the Long Island. Where are you from, Peter?
Oh, me? I'm from Queens.
Incredible! Each of us from places all over the world.
Unbelievable. I didn't ask for any interns, and now Mr. Osborne settles me with 4. I am Dr. Whitman, and I will be overseeing how you all measure up in a real laboratory environment. You, solve the equation on the whiteboard. You, rewire the circuit board on table 2. You, I want the contents of all 6 test tubes in the back identified. And you, eyes on this microscope.
Yeah, coming. I am not seeing anything.
Wow, nothing gets by you, Hawkeye. I haven't put a slide on yet. Finally up. I'll let Dr. Connors introduce herself.
Hi, Peter.
And she's
I'm
missing an
Tanya
arm.
Connors, currently with Osborne's
Connors.
Energy Research Division.
Oh, energy.
That's going to be our
Wow, that
lizard.
sounds really cool.
Nice battery. We need to run some models. Don't worry, we can take that. We're long overdue for a break anyway. Let's regroup in 15, and we can prepare our research for Dr. Whitman.
How many home runs did Lonnie
Home
Stone
run.
dunk?
Wow, there is a lot to unpack there.
Hey, Nico, that's Parker? I better see my sweaty mics tonight. To get the trophy, he's my new good luck charm. Love you, Pete.
Yeah, so we got invited to a party.
Wait, us as in you and me? Like Nico and Peter invited to a party? Are we suddenly becoming cool?
Yeah. I mean, I've been cool, Pete.
Wait, don't change it.
Why? It's just the news, dude.
I just, really like fire. Love watching it, burn.
Yeah, Firebird.
Deuces. Parker out.
I'm going to go hide the matches.
Please make it quick.
Oh, wow.
Once there's no building left. Who the hell are you?
It'll be even easier if you drop the wannabe hero act and scram. Developers paying me $2 to burn this whole block down. So they can buy it back for cheap. You're looking at the future site of 52nd Street.
We're on 51st Street.
Huh? I still got plenty of fuel. Burn you, baby. Whoa! Torch everything.
You are coming in hot right now. Oh, my bad. Hey, I was apologizing.
I don't need an apology.
Come on, man.
You were almost a hot dog. Ow! Stop, drop, and roll. Okay, next shoot's gotta be fireproof quiet.
Uh-oh.
Here, eat up. It'll make your coat nice and shiny.
Uh-oh. Fish tank. What about the fishes?
Did I knock you out?
Now you did.
Whoops. Sorry, dude. I don't want to be a fish murderer. Well, what do we have
Oscorp.
here? Line at the bathroom?
Supplies, huh? Then why is he walking in empty-handed? You, this is a secure building, you ignorant child. You can't just stroll around it like you own the place.
Mr. Osborne wants a word with you.
Tell him I'm busy, you worthless walkie-talkie jockey.
Not you.
Not you. I meant him.
Oh.
Oh, she had to go to the party by herself.
Hey, Pete.
Oh, nope, that's not Peter. Stood her up,
Excuse me.
but not on purpose, huh?
Hey, watch it. Behind you.
Captain America.
Guess you got busy. I'm bailing on this party. Talk to you later.
I know I messed up today, Mr. Osborne. I messed up so much today, and I wish that I could explain why, but I can't. Don't fire me. Please, give me another chance.
You're Spider-Man.
Damn. End of the episode. Damn. All right. All right. So actually, that particular episode was a little slow for me, a little bit. Even though I thought it was cool to see Peter get the internship and stumble through his initial first day, Nico standing her up. And then, of course, we have Lincoln, who's just getting closer and closer to Peter for whatever reason. But I still felt like the story was a little slow. I wasn't quite sure where it was going. It was interesting that we met Dr. Connors, who's missing an arm. She's a female. Not too much different than what we saw in Enter the Spider-Verse, where Doc Ock was gender swapped for a female. Here we have Dr. Connors gender swapped as the lizard. So that was very interesting to run into her. They did give us a little action with Peter fighting this flame-throwing guy, and I'm not sure if he's a villain from the comic books or not. But this guy reveals that he's supposed to be burning down a building for some money, for some people who want to buy the property cheaper. Come to find out, he's burning the wrong building. During the fight, Peter sees that that he has an Oscorp symbol on his weaponry, the flamethrowers that he had. We even had Nico mention earlier in the episode that no one in Norman Osborn's position gets there without a little bit of skeletons being buried in the backyard. So obviously that was a little foreshadowing for what we saw with the flamethrower guy having Norman Osborn's symbol on his weaponry. So just they're kind of setting up things slowly but sure. I felt like the episode was a little slow until we got to the very end, and Peter makes a mistake of basically revealing himself to Norman Osborn as Spider-Man by dressing in the stairwell in front of a camera. And that's where the episode leaves off. So I really like the cliffhanger that they left us off with the second episode. It kind of saved the episode for me a little bit because, again, I did feel it was a little slow, even though they did give us some very cool little tidbits in this particular episode. So the ending of the episode most definitely saved it a little bit. So I did somewhat enjoyed this episode, even though it was a little bit slow. I'm very, very interested to see where they're going to go with that little cliffhanger that they left with us there, with Norman revealing that he knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So I'm very curious to see what they're going to give us in episode 3, and it really kind of leaps everything forward with that cliffhanger. So I thought it was a nice touch to add that at the end, just to give us a little something to chew on before next week's episode. So I'm going to go ahead and score this episode, and I'm going to give this episode the same 7.5 that I gave the initial episode. The initial episode had a little bit more action to it. I did like the setup. Doctor Strange in that initial episode was really, really cool. I did like the pacing of that initial episode. So I did enjoy that particular episode for that reason. And even though this particular episode was a little slower, again, Dr. Connors was a very cool reveal. We also got to see a somewhat of a cameo of Captain America with Norman Osborn there. I thought that was also cool as well. And then, of course, at the end, we get the reveal that Norman Osborn knows who Spider-Man is, which is actually very, very exciting this early in the season of this particular series. So that kind of bumped this episode up a little bit for me. So I'm going to, again, give it that same 7.5 out of 10 that I gave the initial episode. So I think for the first 2 episodes, it is a fairly decent start to this series. Again, I like the fact that they didn't go through the whole origin story with Spider-Man. They kind of filled this in real quickly. Got to Peter Parker having his suit and the webbing and everything already in place within the first 5 to 10 minutes of the initial episode. Gave us a little action in that initial episode. And then in the second episode, it was a little bit more setup. We got to meet Dr. Connors. I don't know what role some of the scientists, the other interns there are going to play in this particular series. They may play a major role, but we'll have to see where that goes. Definitely, I think Lincoln the captain of the football team, is definitely going to play a major role. He's most definitely going to be one of the villains, I believe, in this particular series. We'll have to see where that comes to. And then, of course, again, we have Dr. Connors with the arm, missing arm. We know the origin story of that particular character. Even though it is gender swapped here, we know what she's going to become. So I think, again, it is a fairly decent start to the series. I am looking forward to episode 3 with the little cliffhanger that we got. So this series does have my interest a little bit. I'm not sure where it's going to go. I'm sure after this cliffhanger that things are going to pick up fairly quickly. Now that his identity has been blown away in the second episode, we usually don't get that particular storyline this early with Spider-Man, but they decided to go ahead and knock that out the box right away. So he's definitely in a dilemma at this particular point, and it's going to be interesting how he is going to be able to get himself out of this, which actually makes me think that something's going to happen to Norman Osborn fairly quickly here, since he has outed Peter Parker as Spider-Man, but only between those two at this particular moment. No one else knows his identity. So again, the series has done a very good job with this cliffhanger, making me hungry for that third episode. Hopefully with that third episode, things will pick up a little bit, and we'll get a little bit more meat on the bone and a little bit more action with this series. Again, I thought it was a very nice start to this particular series, guys, but I want to find out what you guys think of this series. Did you feel like this was a slow start for this series, or did you think it was a decent start to this series like I do, or did you think it was an absolutely great start and you're loving the series 100%, guys? Let me know. Put those comments down below, and then of course let me know what do you think is going to happen with this cliffhanger that we got, where Norman Osborn has revealed that he knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man. How do you think this is going to resolve? How do you think Peter Parker is going to be able to keep his secret now that Osborn has outed him? It'll be very curious to see what they come up with in this third episode, guys. But let me know what your thoughts are. Put those comments down below. And then, of course, please do join me next Saturday for episode 3. Again, if you're not aware, if you didn't get my announcement, we'll be doing reactions to this series on Saturdays, not on Wednesdays when the series comes out. It's a little bit easier for me to do these reactions on Saturdays. So please do look out for those reactions coming out on Saturdays. And not only do I do reaction to Marvel, but I do reactions to Star Wars. I just recently did a reaction to The Skeleton Crew, which is an absolutely great series. If you enjoyed that series and you did check out that series, please do check out my reaction to The Skeleton Crew and all of the other Marvel and Star Wars series that I've done reaction to. You can find that up on my channel. I also do Star Wars toy reviews for your 3 1/4 size, 6-inch, and 1/6 scale figures for Star Wars. It's been a little while since I put any of my reviews up for my action figures and Star Wars collectibles, but I do plan on getting a couple of videos up. I don't know if I'm going to get those up this weekend, but in the near future, I will be getting back into getting those reviews for my action figures and Star Wars memorabilia, guys. So for those subscribers who come to this channel for that particular content, I apologize that I haven't had a lot of that content up on the channel recently, but I will get back to getting that particular type of content back on the channel. And I want to thank you guys for your patience. So guys, again, please do check me out for my reaction next weekend for episode 3 of The Amazing Spider-Man. Let me know what your comments are. Put those comments down below. And of course, I will catch you guys next week for that next reaction. Thank you so much for watching.